Well, we can go live now to Australia to talk to Todd Johnston about how the country is reacting. Hi, Todd.
Hi, Holly. How are you? Good to have you with us. It's an amazing place here, Perth, Western Australia, and I'm introducing you to Elizabeth Quay. Now, Elizabeth Quay has a great story to tell. It was named after the monarch. At the moment, there's a few showers around after sunset. I think it's taken on the mood of the world as we mourn the loss of the Queen herself, but we also look forward to the future. Now, the story of Elizabeth Quay, the naming of it. At the time, I think in 2011, Choggum was coming to Perth, Western Australia. 6 months prior to Choggum, the Premier of Western Australia, Colin Barnett, and his wife Lynn, they went to the UK to have a private meeting with the Queen. How she found out that it was going to become Elizabeth Quay is a great story, and I'm not going to tell you about it. The Premier is here and he's come to join us. How are you, sir?
Very well.
Now tell me, how did you break with protocol and tell Her Royal Highness about Elizabeth Quay?
Well, with the Commonwealth Heads of Government meeting being held here, with 50 Prime Ministers and Presidents, it was a big event for Western Australia, and the Queen and Prince Philip were coming. So my wife Lynn and I, we met with the Queen at Buckingham Palace, and I had been advised by the British government, by the Australian government, that I shouldn't raise the issue of the name of it. In any case, the conversation with the Queen in her private apartment, just the Queen, Lynn and I, no one else, and I thought, this is going pretty well. So I pulled a little brochure out of my pocket and said, "Oh, Your Majesty, we're building a waterfront. We're re-establishing the old Perth port, which will connect the city to the Swan River, and I would like to call it Elizabeth Quay." Her response was, "Oh, that's a nice idea." So I thought, great, job done. I don't have to go through the protocol anymore.
Well, there's been a lot of protocol, I'm sure, and paperwork to do as well. You had a lot to do with her during Choggum and also the royal family being here. How do you feel with her passing? It's just an amazing time, isn't it?
Well, it's a sad time, but I think also it's a time of celebration for her lifetime, her dedication, her service to not only the United Kingdom, but Australia and all the Commonwealth countries.
Well done.
And no doubt about that. And when she was here, I just was so impressed. For a woman in her mid-80s, her work ethic was extraordinary. Always smiling, always been pleasant, talking to people. And we had a huge barbecue. That was
was fantastic, I must say.
That was Prince Philip's idea.
Sir, I do apologise. I would love to hear some of these stories, but I'm not going to allow the politicians to take over in this moment.
I'm a former politician. I'm nobody these days.
Wonderful to see you. We have some expats that have come to share some magic moments with us. So let's bump into a few, shall we? Let me get over this side. Oh, hello.
Hi.
Lovely to have you with us. But first and foremost, what's your name?
Annabelle.
And where are you from?
I'm from Leicestershire, but I live in Perth now.
Now, what do you have here, these special pieces?
I was very lucky in that in the 1989 I worked for the royal family at Balmoral Castle, and I got to dance with all the royal family. And so I have a dance card here to show you where I was able to dance in sixsomes with everybody.
What a great story. Hello, what's your name?
My name's Steph Hayward.
And your story?
Well, I have known the Queen my whole life, 68 years, but this is my picture with the Queen. It's a very tiny picture.
Hang on, that's a press photograph.
I know.
You're in the background through the car.
Because I was there with the Queen.
Well, I
so
think
there
that's
you
very
go.
special. Thank you. And your name?
Jackie.
Hello, Jackie. Tell me your story.
Well, I'm Jackie, my daughter Jane, and my nephew is the Archbishop of Birmingham, and he's had the honour of staying at Windsor Castle and wearing the castle pyjamas, not the Queen's, I hasten to add. And,
Thank goodness for that, can I just say.
Having a meal there with Prince Philip and the Queen.
It's so honourable to have all of you with us. And over here, this wonderful couple have tattoos that they would like to show us. What's the story of the tattoos?
So we were back in England for the Jubilee and wanted a more permanent souvenir. So this was our permanent souvenir.
Wonderful,
So
wonderful.
Going back for the funeral.
To each and every... Are you going back for the funeral on
Yes.
Friday? Wow. There are so many expats that are actually heading back to the United Kingdom. And to all of you for coming down, thank you. God bless you all. And I just would like to say that if you are, pondering a holiday, come to Elizabeth Quay here in Western Australia. It is a beautiful spot. And I think that you will celebrate life as we all share the memories and love lost of a beautiful Queen. And we say, God save the King, don't we? God save the King. Back to you in the studio.
Thank you, Todd. Obviously,
Todd,
there's a
thank
lady
you.
there who's gone to a great deal of time, trouble and effort and energy to make whatever it is that she's
Is it a
holding.
crown?
So is it
I think
a
it's a
crown?
crown.
So what has she made?
What did you make with the crown? I have to ask the story.
What did I make? Well, I fashioned a crown, really just to symbolise the handing over of the crown from the wonderful Queen Elizabeth to King Charles III. it's a moment in history that I won't see again. So it's a tremendous time.
I don't think any of us will see this amazing time again. So to all of you, thank you so much for coming down. So many expats. We have over 250,000 expats living in Perth, Western Australia, and we invite you to come and have a bit of a holiday here because it is a great place, isn't it? I told him to say that. Back to you.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Thank you
Todd.
very much.
Thank
Well, the
you.
whole